All right, welcome back to the Hustle and Hardwood podcast. I am DJ Mo, joined alongside Gabe. He was not here earlier for the main episode, but he's here now, back home from his flight. Gabe, we just watched Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The Knicks are your 2025-2026 NBA champions.
Yeah, I'm super impressed with this Knicks team. I mean, going into the series, I did have some I was rooting for them, of course, but honestly, the fact that they were able to get this done and it seemed like they got it done so easy, if that makes sense. It's it's really impressive what this Knicks roster was able to do the entire postseason.
Yeah, the entire postseason, especially that it was 13, 14 games?
Yeah,
Unbeaten in
yeah,
a
13
row.
straight.
Going through the first two games of the finals as well against that Spurs team, who, even though they're inexperienced, are a very good team. It's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, with the Spurs roster, you have a player like Victor Wembanyama, who, since getting drafted, had already high expectations. And in year three, he goes to the finals with a very impressive young roster, taking down the reigning NBA champions in the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. But I mean, going into it against the Knicks, you would think the Spurs would have taken this series to seven or straight up just won in as little games as possible. But that's why you don't sleep on a Knicks team. 13 straight playoff games won. They were able to sweep the Cavaliers. They swept Philly, and then they were able to come back from Atlanta.
Yeah, they
And
won
then,
2-1.
yeah, yeah, 2-1. And you take down San Antonio. And when I said earlier, in a kind of easy way, I mean, San Antonio has been great throughout the entire postseason, but what caught them most was the fact that they couldn't close out games in the finals, and that really
Exactly.
showed.
Yeah, it definitely showed. I mean, 29-point lead is just a crazy thing to blow. This tonight it was 16, which is very viable in the NBA. I feel like no 20-point lead is safe in the NBA, but especially in the finals, I feel like you have to be able to hold a 15-point lead.
Oh, absolutely. And then we already know about the last game. I mean, what was it? It was 22 points, right?
The game 4, it was 29.
29. And OG was able to hit that shot. See, the Knicks, and even in this game, it went from a 10-point lead to a 16-point lead, and then it started teeter tottering around 5 points.
5-7, yeah.
And yeah, and what got scary is with the last remaining minutes of the game, then Brunson started showing up, and after that, timeouts were wasted, fouling had to go on, and the Knicks were able to close out the entire series in a matter of 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, 45 points from Brunson tonight, 36 the night before. They just lifted the trophy, actually. But yeah, 45 points tonight. I feel like any talks of OG being Finals MVP have been kind of shot down by Brunson tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, OG, don't get me wrong, he was already someone who I valued going into this series as one of the most impactful players because of not only his offensive ability, but the fact that he was going to have to carry some big weight guarding some of the young guards who have shown up big, like a Castle or a Dylan Harper. And then when it comes to the bigs on who he had to guard, maybe you'll see a matchup between him and Wemby where he has to slow him down. And so while he definitely played a huge role in the series, it's hard to deny Brunson of that impact with Finals MVP, seeing as how he was able to show up big in the final moments.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we talked about Brunson's efficiency throughout the series. He went 14 of 27 tonight, which, I mean, that is a lot of shots, but for 45 points, I feel like that's valid. 52%, well, we're rounding, it was 51.9, but 52% from the field, 4 for 7 from 3, 13 of 15 from free throws. This was just a great all-around game from Brunson. He was hitting from 3, he was hitting from mid-range, he was getting downhill, he was attacking the basket, he was playmaking, or not really, he was making the right pass. Only 3 assists, but he was making the right pass, leading 2 plays.
Absolutely. Another thing I'd like to point out, I mean, for the entirety of the first half, I think the Knicks were around like 48 points,
Yeah,
and like 24 or 26 of those points came from Brunson alone. So, I mean, when we talk about carrying a workload, Brunson quite literally did that this game specifically, holding majority of the points this team had, especially early on.
Yeah, at the end of this first half, they had 37 points, and the Spurs had 42, 40. I don't remember exactly. And then 23 plus 29. They had 23 in the first quarter and 19 in the second. But yeah, Jalen Brunson. I mean, they're interviewing right now. I might have missed it. They might have given him the Finals MVP trophy already. But yeah, that's about all the time we have for this one. But yeah, the Spurs are or not the Spurs. The Spurs are the runner up of the NBA to the NBA champions, the New York Knicks. From Gabe, I'm DJ. Thank you for joining us on the Hustle and Hardwood podcast.